What's up, y'all? Brandon with BC Talks here. Christmas is almost here. That's right. I hope y'all got your shopping done. It kind of feels like it almost snuck up on us. Does anybody else feel like that? Or maybe it's just me. It feels like it was just Halloween, like October, and then November went by super fast. The beginning of December just passed by, and now it's already going to be Christmas and New Year's. It's crazy. It kind of feels like it just snuck up on us, came up out of nowhere. But I tried to get the backdrop a little bit festive. I'm not a big interior designer or decorator, and I'm also not a big hat guy. But I saw this hat at the store because it had the Avengers on it, so I was like, "Oh, I'll pick that up. That's a cool thing to wear." But this hat was made for like a 4-year-old. I did not try it on before I bought it. It is way too small for my big old head. And I don't know if it shows in the camera, but this thing is hugging my head tight. But anyway, I got a kind of little early Christmas present from myself to me in today's mail call. I was on eBay last week. I go through eBay, every day just to check and see if there's any auctions that either nobody's bidding on or that might be low key able to get for a good price. That's how I got the Wonder Woman slab in the back there. I got that for a really good price in an eBay auction, and I saw an auction. It was had about a day left. There was only one bid on it. The price was really good. It was a lot of 20 romance comics. And if you've been following the channel for any length of time, you know, if you're new, you probably don't know, but if you've been following the channel for the past few months, you know that I have gotten into collecting romance comics this year, but they are really hard to find. And if you do find them, they're either really low grade or they might be around VF plus, but they're priced super high because they're hard to get. People hold on to them, and they've been really, I guess, they're popular to collect. I had never collected them before. I just got into it this year. But I found this lot of romance comics, and we'll get into the story around that. There's a funny story around how I got these. But I also have, in addition to that, I also have a couple of whatnot purchases for today's mail call that we'll go through. So let's go through everything that I got in today's video. Before we get started, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel for more comic book and pop culture talk. And if you're a comic book collector, make sure you give me a follow on Whatnot. And if it's your first time signing up for Whatnot, you can use that link down in the description to save $10 off your first purchase. If you're not familiar with Whatnot, it's an auction site where you can buy all sorts of collectibles, comics, football cards, baseball cards, basketball cards, Pokemon cards, coins, pretty much anything you can collect, you can find on Whatnot. I go on there a lot. A lot of what you see in the mail call halls, I'll get off of Whatnot. I got a couple Whatnot packages actually later in this video after the eBay lot, but it's a really awesome site for picking up collectibles. You can get some really good books at a good price as well. And I'm a seller on there as well. I did my first show last month, and I think I'm going to start doing pop up shows on my days off just to kind of, get into the groove of selling. I'm a new seller on there. So make sure you give me a follow so that you can get into those and maybe get some books for a good price. And also check out my eBay store. That link is in the description as well. I haven't added anything on there yet, but once I get, through some of the stuff that I want to put on there, I'll definitely start uploading stuff on there in the upcoming weeks. So make sure you check out the eBay store as well. By the way, I think I said in the intro that it was a lot of 20 comics. I meant to say it was a lot of 12 that I got for $22.50. And then with the shipping and the tax, it came out to $32 total, which brings the books to about $2.70 per book, which is a really good price, especially for, VF, around VF copies of romance books. They're, like I said, they're really hard to find. And when you do find them in decent conditions, they are, or even like VF minus, they're way overpriced because they're hard to find and people are interested in them. But anyways, like I said in the intro, there's a funny story that goes along with it. It was the day before I was at work. I was looking through different eBay auctions, just trying to see if there was anything that I could get in on low key. And I saw this lot of romance comics. Like I said, I haven't picked up any romance books in a while. So I was like, well, let me get in on this because it's a really good price. Per book, it's a really good price. So I looked at when the auction was going to end, and it was going to end the next morning at like 5:55 in the morning. Now I work overnight, so I get off of work at like 3:30, and then by the time I get home, it's like around 4 o'clock in the morning. So I was like, man, I'm gonna have to stay up just to get in on these books. But so what I did was I put a bid. There was only one other person bidding on the books, so I put in a max bid of like 25 just to get in on the books, just in case I overslept, just so I'd have a little max bid on it. And then I came home at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I did take a little nap. I set my alarm for like 5:53, and then I got up, got on the computer, checked the bid. Nobody had bid, and I was checking it, and no one bid, so I won the books. I actually got them, like I said, for 22.50 because it was at 20. It was at 21, and then it went up to 22.50. So I didn't have to do the max bid of 25. I just had that on there, just as a safeguard. But so I got the books, and now I got them. So we're gonna go through them today. And now this, I don't think they were it's not a comic shop that I got them from. It was a consignment shop, and you could tell by the way they were packaged. It was the books were wrapped in this bag here, and then the bag was wrapped in, thankfully, this like cardboard, which is decently enough sturdy. I mean, I can bend it, but if you're throwing, it's better than just having it in the bag. When you're dealing with people that aren't familiar with comics, they tend to not know how to package them. We didn't get any Gemini mailers for these, but they're not like super expensive comics. So and they're not like near mint comics that you would want to be protected very well. So that's not the worst packaging that I've seen people get things from that weren't from comic shops or people that know comics. I'm surprised they even wrapped it in that cardboard. But anyway, we're getting into the books. Like I said, it's a lot of 12 romance comics, and they're in they're in pretty decent condition. This first one is probably the worst condition. There's one that's detached, and then this first one has like a little hole in the cover. But the rest of them are, I would say they're VF. Um, but this one is also the only one that is not Charlton Comics. This one is DC. And this one is Young Romance number 206. Also, of course, none of them are in bags and boards because it was from a consignment shop, not a comic shop. So no bags and boards here. But this is Young Romance number 206. I don't know if you can tell. Let me see if I can. Right there, there's a hole in it, um, in the cover, and there's a funny little. You can see it there. There's a funny little because it's a DC romance book. There's a funny ad with Superman and for Hostess, the desserts, um, on the front on the front page there. So a funny little Superman ad there. And that's Young Romance number 206. That's probably the worst condition other than the detached one. The rest of them aren't that bad. This one might be my favorite cover. I don't know. I really like painted covers, and I think it's a painted cover. It looks like one. It is Teen Confessions number 90, published in August of 1975 by Charlton Comics. And all of these were kind of published around the same time, like 1975, 1976. That last DC one was August of 1975 as well. So the same month, it came out the same month as this one. And like I said, it's like a painted cover. At least I think it's a painted cover. I don't know how you would fake a painted cover in 1975. Like nowadays, you can fake them with computers, but I don't know how you would fake a painted cover in 1975. So it looks like a painted cover, and it was 1975. So I would think it was a painted cover, but I don't know. Somebody that's more familiar with late Silver Age comics could probably let me know if it was possible to fake a painted cover. Now this one does have a hole in the cover as well. It's hard to tell by the staple. Um, but other than that, it's in pretty good condition. This next one, I also really like this next cover as well. It's I Love You number 116. This one was published in February of 1976, also by Charlton Comics, obviously. So newsstand as well. Really like this cover as well. Cause kind of got that 70s groovy vibe to it. I really like one of the reasons why I like romance comics is obviously all the tea and the drama, but I really like they have really good covers as well, and I like the art style in them as well. Um, this next one is Teen Confessions number 91. That's a cool cover as well, and another newsstand. This one was published in October of 1975 by Charlton Comics, of course. This next one is Secret Romance number 34. This one was published in September of 1975 by Charlton Comics. And I did do a little bit of research before, after I opened up the package, just to see if there was anything cool in any of these. Because if you remember, a few months back, I got a few romance comics, and one of them had a pinup in it, um, like a pinup poster. So that was really cool, of the actress from Oklahoma. I forget her name, but if you go back in my videos, you can find it. But this one is my all new my love. Or wait, let me see. My Only Love, sorry. My Only Love number 2. This one was published in September of 1975, just like that last one. So yeah, Charlton Comics was pumping out these romance comics. They had like several different romance titles, and they were all coming out in the same months. They were really pumping these out. I guess they were really popular in the mid 70s. This next one is Secrets of Young Brides number 3. I like that cover as well. It's a little dirty, but it's a late Silver Age romance. You kind of expect that, especially from since it was from a consignment shop. This next one is this one is the detached one. It's Time for Love number 43. Now the cover looks really good, but as you can see, um, it is detached. So the cover's nice, but it is detached. But when it's in a bag and board, I don't really care. I'm not the romance books that I collect, the romance comics. I'm not really collecting them for like near mint and mint. I'm not collecting them for the condition. I collect them kind of like to read because I think they're funny. I'm really big into memes and whatnot. I think they're funny. I like the covers, so I read them and then bag and board them. So I'm not super picky when it comes to the quality of the books. If they're detached, just whatever, I'll read it, put it in the bag and board. You can't tell, and then I have it in the box. This one is "I Love You" number 114. I like this cover as well. I can't tell. It doesn't look painted. It's just an interesting art style on that cover. This next one is "For Lovers Only" number 81. This one is also a cool cover in a newsstand. Then we have "For Lovers Only" number 82. Oh, by the way, that one was October of 1975. And then this one was December of 1975. So the next month. Or no, yeah, 75. So the next month. Um, and then we have the last one is Just Married number 108. And this is also December of 1975. So, like I said, they had multiple titles that were all coming out in the same month. They were banging these out, man. It's crazy. I guess they were really popular back then. But yeah, that is all of the romance comics that were in that lot that I won on eBay. So this next set of books was from Never Enough Comics on Whatnot. And it's funny, I just picked up a couple of the Whatnot packages I have laying around, and I didn't realize that I had picked up a romance comic in this set as well. So we got another romance book. This one is "I Love You" number 105. Now, this one is from September of 1973, also by Charlton Comics. So it's a couple years earlier than the books in the lot that I got, from eBay. Those were all 1975 and a couple 1976. But yeah, it's funny. I didn't realize that there was a romance comic in this lot as well. So we got a lot of romance books in today's video. This next one is Unknown Soldier number 228. Oh, and by the way, that one was $3, not including the shipping. This next one is Unknown Soldier number 228, and that's a newsstand. I got this one for the cover. It's a Joe Kubert cover, which Joe Kubert, he's got the the Joe Kubert School of Art that a lot of popular comic book artists have gone to. He's a pretty well known comic book artist, and I like to collect controversial covers. And this one's got Hitler on the cover, so that one will go in that collection. This next one is Thor number 246. This one is a key. It is the Battle of Thor versus Firelord, which you can see on the cover there, and it also has a Marvel value stamp. It's the Series B Doctor Strange stamp, and it is still intact in the book. I checked, and the guy said in the whatnot auction that it was still in there. But I checked as well; it is still intact. So that's a cool little book there. Then I have a few Uncanny X Men for my Chris Claremont Uncanny X Men collection. I have one number 152. None of these are keys. There's a newsstand though, and a cool cover there with Storm. That's 152, so that'll go in the some run filler for the collection. We got 177. Again, not a key, but some run filler for the collection. The Claremont run is issue number 90, I think, to 180. To just before the Bishop stuff. Or sorry, not 180, 280, just before the Bishop stuff. So and then yeah, Chris Claremont did not write the Bishop stuff. But this is number 180. Another Storm cover there. And then the last one in this lot from Never Enough Comics is Dazzler number 15. You know, Dazzler's in the news a lot now because, oh, and those Uncanny X Men were all $3. This one was 4. Dazzler's in the news right now, obviously, because everybody thinks Taylor Swift's going to cameo as Dazzler in the Deadpool movie. I think it's probably going to happen too, but we'll see. But I actually was collecting Dazzler before before all the Taylor Swift hype because I'm a Dazzler fan. I'm a big fan of the Exterminators book that came out and all those characters, you know, X-23, Dazzler, Boom Boom, and Jubilee. So, you know, all the female X-Men characters that form that team. So, I was collecting Dazzler before Taylor Swift rumors happened. So, yeah, if you're a Dazzler fan, you need to pick those up now before that movie starts to before you get closer to that movie because that those books are going to go up in price once the Swifties realize that Taylor Swift is going to be in the Deadpool movie. And this last set here is from Breakout Daily on Whatnot. This first one is one that I have been looking for a while, so I was really happy to pick it up, especially at this price. It is Wonder Woman, or sorry, Future State Wonder Woman #1. This is the first full appearance of Yara Flor. That is the Brazilian Wonder Woman, or Wonder Girl rather. And my hat's kind of blocking it, so I don't know if you can see, but I do have the Yara Flor Funko Pop over there on the shelf, and I'm a really big fan of Yara Flor. A few months ago, I picked up her first cameo appearance, which is in what is it, Dark Knight's Death Metal #7, I believe. And then this is her first full appearance, and I really love this cover. Yara Flor, really, she's a newer character, but I really like her, and I'm hoping that you know, in the new James Gunn DCU, she'll get a little bit of shine. Um, because I think she's a really interesting. You do a lot of really interesting things with that character. Now this next couple were actually giveaway wins. This one is I won in the giveaway. It is number Spider-Man number 32. It's not a key, but it's just a cool cover with Spider-Man and Punisher. Also a newsstand there. And then this next one is a key. This is an interesting one. It is Fantastic Four 352. It's a newsstand. This is the second cameo appearance of the TVA, the Time Variance Authority, or sorry, the Time Variance Authority Management. So it's a second cameo appearance of Mobius, technically. And then the first team appearance of the Minutemen, which you know were the people in the TVA with the sticks that prune people. They had a lot bigger role in the second season of Loki. But if you watch the Loki show, you know, and on Key Collector it says the second cameo appearance of the Time Variance Authority Management. But I did a little bit of digging before when I won the book, and when they say Time Variance Authority Management, it's actually Mobius because he's the manager of the Time Variance Authority, but he's not named Mobius until like a few issues later. So this is his second cameo appearance, even though he's unnamed. That's why they say Time Variance Authority Management there. It's a really funny, kooky little thing there. This last one is a more modern cover. This is just a funny little Wolverine cover I bought. It is from the seventh volume of Wolverine. It's the Raza Party cover variant, and then I'll go in my variant collection. This one was $3, And I've used this image. I used this image for my very first Whatnot show that I did. So it's funny that we got that there. But yeah, some really interesting books from Breakout Daily on Whatnot there. And that is going to do it for today's video. Make sure you leave a like and a comment and subscribe to the channel for more comic book and pop culture talk. If you're looking to buy any comics, make sure you give me a follow on Whatnot. Use that link down in the description and check me out on eBay. I'll have books up on there soon enough. And again, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everybody out there. And really, I've had a really fun time doing the channel this past year. It seems like it's blown by. We're already going to be in 2024. Feels like it was just yesterday. It was in April when I made my first video about Star Wars Celebration, and now the year's almost over. But if I don't make another video before 2024, y'all have a happy new year, and I will see y'all another day.